time is it? Okay, it's about, I think it says 7 o'clock. Still a little sunny out there, but I like to sit in the dark. That's what I do. I finished my 5 past life regression sessions. And then I finished the 1,000 words per session homework, which I have submitted so I can get certified in that. That's exciting. I have resubmitted my prospectus form for my dissertation. I made a lot of changes. Hopefully it will be accepted this time. My goal is to get it accepted before the end of this quarter. I mean, the sooner the better, honestly. I start a new job April 6th, working at an emergency crisis treatment center. When I say emergency, I mean like normal stays are about 12 days tops, you know, like in and out. The facility only holds 16 people, so it's pretty, I guess like a revolving door of some sort. I am excited to take on the new journey. A little disappointed about the pay. It doesn't pay a whole lot, especially for having 10 years of mental health experience and 2 master's degrees. I was expecting a little more, but they are taking into consideration that the last 2 years of my experience, I haven't really worked. I've been laid off twice the last 2 years, so that kind of sucks. And I don't have a whole lot of residential facility experience. I do have some. It's just sporadic. And there's some I didn't even add to my resume because it's like, why? That was like 20 years ago. And I'm glad I didn't, because they only looked at the last 5 fucking years of my employment. So it doesn't even matter. So that's kind of crappy. On the positive side, I didn't mention this in any of my videos before. I don't mention everything I experience because then I would just be on here 24/7 because I dream all fucking night too. And you don't want to know that shit. I've been seeing the numbers 333 quite often, and especially when my son calls me. He gets off of work at 3:30 and he calls me at 3:33. You know, it's so cool. And for a while I was getting off work at 3:30, so right when I get in my car he would call me, and then I would look at the clock, and if he hadn't called me at 3:33 I would call him at 3:33, right? And he is in Yakima, which is about an hour and 20 minutes from me, and that's where I will be working, is near Yakima and Sela. And although I wasn't completely stoked on the hourly rate that they're starting me at, I still felt like I should take the job because the recruiter's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't expect this, you take a few days to think about it. And I was like, you know what, no, I feel like intuitively like I need to take this, and that maybe it'll open more doors for me. I just need to get my foot in the door and just start working. Like, I don't need more time not working. And I do like the group of people I'll be working with because I met them, and I do like the supervisor, and it feels like the building felt right. Being over there felt right. So just, I'll take the job, whatever. It's not really all about the money for me anyways. You know, it's more about, do I like what I'm doing? If it was about the money, I would just go start an OnlyFans, you know, or go back to dancing. Like, fuck. I want to like where I'm at more than the money. Of course, yeah, I want fucking money. Don't we all? I mean, but I don't want money just to have money. I want to be able to live comfortably. I know that this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for me. And after I accepted the job, I started anxiety and fear and panic started to kick in, and I had to breathe, remember that this is good. This is a good decision that I'm making, because in my mind, I'm already starting to think, okay, I live an hour and a half away. Gas prices are like $5 a gallon right now. I'm not going to afford to. And even if I did, it would be super stupid to drive back and forth every day, because then that would be like $150 a week on gas. And so that would be making less. So I'm not going to do that. However, my son does live there, so I will be able to crash at his place for a little bit, but he's not looking forward to that either. So I don't want to be an inconvenience, but fuck, I'm not going to drive back and forth every fucking day either, because that's 3 hours that I'm adding on to my day, my 10-hour shifts. So I started overthinking, like I do, those things. And then I just calmed myself, and I saw the hourly rate they're going to give me is $30.33. Okay. And in my mind, I'm like, my son has a bachelor's degree and he's going to make $30 an hour to start. I have to remind myself it's because he has his bachelor's degree in mechanical engineering. Okay. It was more expensive and requires more math skills. And my degree is in philosophy and my other degree is in developmental psychology. Unfortunately, those don't pay very well, even though they're highly fucking needed in society. Mental health should be a priority, but those jobs don't pay as much. And I didn't get into the field because I wanted to be a fucking millionaire. So I gotta check my ego and remind myself of those things. And then I look at the time that the email for the offer was sent to me, and it was sent to me at 3:33 p.m. And I'm like, it's 3:33. So of course I look up the angel number. I've already looked it up so many times, I should have it memorized by now, but it signifies I'm on the right path. And so I got to just remind myself I'm on the right path, because intuitively when I sat with it, I was like, no, this feels good. This feels good. It was just afterwards, after I started thinking about all of the inconveniences that I started to kind of panic. But that is something I got to work on within myself. That's not the right energy I want to be in. I want to start this new life path more positive. And so that's me struggling with my own thoughts. And I do want the job, regardless of the pay. Eventually, hopefully, it will pay more. But for now, this feels right. It's definitely not enough money to give me a fucking apartment or a house or anything. So I will, be back and forth between living in this travel trailer with my husband and then hanging out with my son. I will do that for as long as I can stand it to. I'm hoping that it'll just become just part of my life. No big deal, right? The people that live in the city, I have to remind myself, in the city, I drove far further for way less, okay? I drove 2 or 3 hours a day to a job that paid $16.50 an hour, okay? It wasn't really that worth it, but I did it until I made 19. And then my job travel was only 15, 20 minutes. I sacrificed certain things to get to where I wanted to be. And I feel like if I don't want to get stuck in this town, I need to sacrifice again. And this is that sacrifice. And on the plus side, I'll be closer to my kid. I get to see him more often. I'll probably get on his nerves, and he likes his space. But you know what? I like my fucking space too, and I had a kid, so he can deal with it, you know, karma. We'll just learn to deal with each other for like 6 months or however long it takes. So a lot of progress is happening in my life. It just feels kind of stagnant at the same time, and I'm working through that in my mind because it's literally all in my mind. Yeah, so that's the update for March. I don't even know what day it is. I think it's the 25th. Yeah. 2026.